Shalom. All praises go to the Most High Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the elder apostles and great millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. Shalom to the Sensei Akim across the world. Now, this is in Exodus chapter 22, titled Laws About Property, right? Okay. If a man shall steal an ox or a sheep and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox and 4 sheep for a sheep. Yeah, man. So if you steal 1 ox, you're going to pay back 4. You're going to have to pay back 4 and you kill it or you sell it. And for 1 sheep, you're going to have to pay back 4 sheep. Right? If a thief be found breaking up and be smitten that he die. So basically, if a thief is found while he's actually committing the theft and you hit him and he dies, there shall no blood be shed for him, meaning you're not going to pay for that murder. There's no blood upon your hand. If the sun be risen upon him, so if it's during the daylight, there shall be bloodshed for him. You can't kill him then, because then you're going to have to pay for the murder. Right? Or if you hold him until the day comes, and it just says if the sun comes up, you can't kill him. You're gonna have to pay for that murder. Right? For he should make full restitution. Now, if you check out the word restitution, which is here,
restitution.
The restoration of something lost or stolen to its proper owner. So that's it. Basically, you're gonna have to pay it back. Right? So let me just get a quick precept on this one, actually. First one, which is Leviticus chapter 6, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, if a soul sin and committed a trespass against the Lord, and lie unto his neighbor in that which was delivered him to keep, so he's a liar. You gave him something to hold, and then he lies about, whatever. Or in fellowship, or in a thing, fellowship meaning, an agreement, or in a thing taken away by violence, you got robbed, or had deceived his neighbor. You're lying again, you're deceiving. Or have found that which was lost, like a lost sheep or whatever, and lied concerning it, right? For example, he lost his phone and you found it, and then you lied that you're talking about you didn't find it, or his sheep or a dog, and swear it falsely. You saying that you swearing that you didn't find it. If any of all these that a man doeth, sinning therein, then it shall be, because he had sinned and is guilty, that he shall restore that which he took violently away, or the thing violently, like robbery, or the thing which he had deceitfully gotten, for example, was stolen goods, or that which was delivered him to keep, something like, yo, can you hold my phone for me? I'm gonna do a couple of things and I'm gonna come back, or some stuff like that, Or the lost thing which he found. Yeah, like for example, another example with your phone. You lost your phone in somebody's house and you found it, but you said you didn't find it, something like that. Or all that about which he had sworn falsely. Yeah, you're lying, swearing that you didn't find it, or swearing that you didn't do it, or something, whatever. He shall even restore it in the principle. Now, the word principle means law, a thing that is given as security for the fulfillment of a contract or the payment of a debt, and is liable to an forfeited in the event of a failure, given as a security or a loan. Where was it? Here. But then I'll check the word here in the Bible. I mean the dictionary. Principal. Principal. Not principal, but principal. First, or highest in rank of importance, of relating to being financially principal, or a principal in financial transactions. Right. So now going back over here. Right now it says, or all that about which he had sworn falsely, he shall even restore it the principal, and shall add the fifth more thereto, meaning he's gonna give you he has to give it back in full priority, and he needs to add 1/5 of that thing therewith. So he needs to give you more, and 1/5 of that what you already have. So he gets the whole thing plus the 1/5. Right? And he shall restore it in full, and give it unto him to whom it appertaineth, to who it pertains to, in the day of his trespass offering. And he shall bring his trespass offering unto the Lord Yahweh, a ram without blemish, without spots and stuff like that, out of the flock, with thy estimation. Estimation goes into with your money, right? Go no wait, let me see. Leviticus chapter 6 and 6, which is here. Estimation. Now it's Hebrew 61 and 87. Where is it? Well, let me just click it because I can't find it. To put it somewhere, or I didn't even click on it though. Did I? Okay, maybe not. Okay, Hebrews 61 and 87. Now it says, Iraq, actually, order, row, estimate, things that are set in order, layer, pile, estimation, basically price, estimate, pile, da, 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 da. Preparations. That's why they always talk about preparations for slavery, meaning you're going to have to pay. Let me type in the word preparation. Taxation goes into money, but then preparation. Preparation, which means the action or process of preparing or being prepared for use or consideration. Wait a minute. A substance that is specially made up especially for medicine and food. Wait. Let me go to the dictionary for that one. Sometimes Google doesn't, and well, a lot of times sometimes they don't give a full in depth. Oh no, preparation. What am I saying? I was actually thinking about reparation. Sorry. That's a different thing. It's like a measure, a proceeding measure, and what a measurement of. Wait, am I? Wait a minute. Leviticus 6. Let me get it in my book because I wrote it here. I looked it up, by the way. Yeah, it's a value in money, man. Wait, value in money. Here it was. With thy estimation. for a trespass offering. Here. Hebrews 61:86. It was 87. It's 61:87. Yeah, that's right. 61. Oh, that's damn it. It just slipped out of my radar. It's right there, by the way. It's salutation. I'll get it, but it's supposed to say it here somewhere. Wait, well, anyway, I'll just get this one. Yeah, so it says it's the value of something, right? Valuation,
Valuation.
right? An estimation of the worth of something, especially one carried out by a professional valuer. Price, value, what? Evaluation, costing. The monetary worth of something, especially as estimated by a valuer, right? So it goes into basically money. Yeah, well, I kind of lost it right there. I was reading, but anyway, just going on. Here, no, here, right? So it says, and he shall bring his trespass offering unto the Lord, a ram without blemish out of the flock, with thy estimation, the value thereof, right? The estimated value thereof, the estimated money value thereof, for a trespass offering unto the priest. And the priest shall make an atonement for him before the Lord. Atonement means to make good again, right? I wasted like 3 minutes or something like that. Did not want to do that. I wanted to keep this video real short, actually. The action of making amends for a wrong or injury. Yeah, that's atonement, right? For him before the Lord, and it shall be given him for anything of all that which he had done in trespassing therein, right? So you're gonna have to make it good if you steal something, okay? Not supposed to do that anyway, right? So where was I? I was at I'll just read 3 again. If the sun be risen upon him, there shall be blood shed for him. Meaning you have to pay for that murder. You're gonna have to pay. For he shall make full restitution, right? He's gonna have to pay it back. And if the sun comes up, you can't kill him. You can't smite him, then he dies. If he have done nothing, so if it's dark and somebody comes in your house and you beat him that he dies, you have not committed murder. But if it's daytime, you catch him and he's actually supposed to pay everything in full back, right? If he have nothing, so if he doesn't even have any money, then he shall be sold for his theft. Yeah, his ass going into slavery because he has to work to pay you back what he stole. If you see him like another day or whatever, and it's him, then you can't kill him. If you found out like, oh, I know who it is. Yeah, I saw that guy with some fancy equipments or, with whatever fancy type of thing. And all of a sudden I saw him with money, and we know he ain't got no money. We know he's a thief. He's a known burglar. And now everybody knows, and the case goes to whatever. And he got caught, and he confesses, or he was seen on video. Now I'm talking about nowadays, video camera or whatever, because back in those days they didn't have no video camera. But you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, when you see him another day, you can't kill him no more. You can only kill him if you find him in your house, if he be found breaking up. Okay. But if it's like another day, don't mess with him. Don't kill him. because that's murder. If the theft be certainly found in his hand alive, like I'm talking about this. Well, this is talking about the oxen and the sheep or whatever type of animal. Because when I was living in Suriname, they stole my sister's dog. It was a good looking dog though, like a real. You could see that it was a puppy, by the way, but you could see that it was going to be a very powerful dog. And when you in tropical countries, you have a lot of thieves. They could just climb through the window and stuff like that, right? So it would be really good to have a dog, watchdog like that. And they stole it. Yeah, but anyway, it was more than 20 years ago. It's not more than 15 years ago, something like that. Whether it be ox or ass, which is a donkey, or sheep, he shall restore double, right? If you find them, if you find it in his hand or stuff like that, alive. And but if you sell it or kill it, you're gonna have to pay like 5 oxen for 1 ox and 4 sheep for 1 sheep, right? So it says 5. And if a man shall cause a field or vineyard to be eaten, and shall put in his beasts, and shall feed in another man's field, of the best of his own field, and of the best of his own vineyard, shall he make restitution, meaning he's going to have to pay it back. If fire break out and catch in thorns, so that the stacks of corn, or the standing corn, or the field be consumed therewith, he that kindleth the fire shall surely make restitution. Yeah. If you have a field over here which is full of corn and stuff like that, or a barn here which is full of corn or stuff like that, and you're a neighbor and you feel like burning your weed, the useless grass or whatever, because you don't want I don't know, you don't want to work or whatever. So you burn it, and then the thorns catches fire and crosses over to the other man's field and starts burning his shed where the corn is at, the shed house and stuff like that. And or just his field. You're gonna have to make restitution for that. This is your fault. So you're gonna have to give him back the corn which he lost. 7. If a man shall deliver unto his neighbor money or stuff to keep, and it be stolen out of the man's house, if the thief be found, let him pay double. Yeah, you're right. If you catch that thief that stole the thing of your friend or your neighbor, then that thief is gonna have to pay double. If the thief be not found, then the master of the house shall be brought unto the judges to see whether he have put his hands unto his neighbor's goods. And maybe he set him up, he stole it and for himself, and then he sold it. And then he said, yeah, somebody broke in my house. Maybe it's that case, or maybe not. Maybe somebody really did steal it. For all manner of trespass, whether it be for ox, for ass, for sheep, for raiment, which is clothing, or for any matter of lost thing, which another challengeth to be his, meaning he's saying, no, it's mine. It was never his, it was always mine, and stuff like that. The cause of both parties shall come before the judges, and whom the judges shall condemn, he shall pay double unto his neighbor. Yeah, you're going to have to pay, because you're a liar. 10. If a man delivereth unto his neighbor an ass, which is a donkey, or an ox, or a sheep, or any beast to keep, and it die or be hurt, or driven away, no man seeing it. And the word here, driven away, is what's it again? Shabbat, which means to take captive in war, which is let me go find it. I can take this this away because it's gone. Principle, yeah, important. Yeah, no, take this away too. Where is it? No, not here. Then it's here. Yeah, Shabbat. Right. Let me go back over here because it's better like that, so I can show you what I pressed on. I clicked on. Now 22 verse 10, right? 22 verse 10. Driven away. Hebrews 76 and 17. Right? Hebrews 76 and 17. Shabbat. To take captive, captive, to lead captive, to be taken captive. If you go to the Genesis lexicon, it says that is taken in war, captives of the sword. So when the war breaks out and the animal gets taken, that's what it's talking about. Because in those days, a lot of wars would break out. Just all of a sudden, you have to fight. No man seeing it, right? Then shall an oath of the heavenly Father, the Most High Yahweh, be between them for both. Oh, wait a minute, let me read it. Be between them both, that he had not put his hand unto his neighbor's goods. Yeah, because he didn't do it. It died of itself, or what? It got hurt, messed up, or it got driven away. No man seeing it. What was it? No man seeing it. Wait, let me see. It's in Hebrews 7,200. Hebrews 7,200. To see, look at, inspect, perceive, consider. Basically, nobody saw it. To cause to be seen, be shown. Nobody saw it. Right? And it says, right, okay. And the owner of it shall accept thereof, and he shall not make it good again. Meaning you don't have to pay back nothing. It just died, or it just got hurt. Didn't know. It was messed up, or it just got stolen in the time of war. It was a fight. It was a war that broke out, or somebody just took it and robbed it, took it away. No man seeing it. Okay, cool. 12. And if it be stolen from him, now this is talking about the war, by the way. If it be stolen from him, he shall make restitution unto the owner thereof. Yeah, if he brought it to you, right, to keep, and it be stolen of you, because you're supposed to watch over it, you pay restitution. If it be torn in pieces, then let him bring it for witness. Yeah, all the leftovers, When it says torn in pieces, it's talking about when animals tear it in pieces. Right? Going on. Then let him bring it for witness, and he shall not make good that which was torn. Yeah, torn of beasts. And if a man borrow aught of his neighbor, and it be hurt or die, the owner thereof being not with it, he shall surely make it good. Yeah, you need to pay it back, right? Because you borrowed it and it died in your possession. But if the owner thereof be with it, he shall not make it good. If it be an hired thing, it came for his hire. Yeah, if you hire if you you have a somebody that that has a whatever cow, and you need to plow the land, then if something happens to the animal, you don't have to pay for that, because you actually hired him to work along with that animal, and well, that animal happened to break or die while he was using it to plow your land. That you don't have to pay for that, because you actually already paid him for the hire, for the work. And that goes the same with equipment. If someone comes, one of your friends or whatever, or just somebody that is a toolsman or a carpenter, and you come and you ask him to come fix something in your house, and one of his equipments breaks because I don't know, man. It was water there, and the thing was electric, and it fell in the water. You don't have to pay for that because, well, yeah, you already paid the guy to come and work. He should have been careful, you know. So going on. Now it said verse 16, subtitled "Laws about Personal Actions," right? And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed, meaning she is not engaged, the word betrothed means engaged, right? She was already promised to somebody, a person to whom one is engaged. How long have you known your betrothed? Yeah, right. So if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed, meaning she is not engaged, and the word enticed means you, where is it? Here? No, it's here. Okay, it's here. Enticed, right? Enticed to attract someone, usually to do something by arousing hope, interest, or desire. Basically, he talked the pennies out of her. That's what he did. Provoke someone to do something, often false or exaggerated. I make you turn into a fountain or something like that, you know. Sometimes it's real, sometimes it's exaggerated. Promises or persuasion. He lured me into temptation. That's basically enticed. You know, chickies get talked there. You know, some dudes could just they had to gift the gap, and they could talk the pennies off of these motherfucking hoes. Just to say it like that. So I would say it again. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed, basically he talked the pennies off of her, and lie with her, he had sex with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. So all the time when you see brothers on the street trying to get a girl, if you really talk the panties off of that female, she's actually supposed to be your wife for good. You know? Right? If her father utterly refused to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins. And the dowry of virgins, it could be 50 shekels of silver. But if you go to here, do it over here. Okay, I'm gonna stop saying here. Yeah, here. Genesis 34, verse 12. Ask me never so much dowry and gift, and I will give according as ye shall say unto me. But give me the damsel to wife. So basically, it's what the father asked for dowry. Because you got to remember, Jacob, he didn't pay money for dowry. Jacob put himself in slavery basically for a wife. He actually served 14 years for a wife. One times seven and another times seven. 7 years for Leah, but he thought he was working for Rachel. And then he wanted Rachel also, so he worked 7 years for Rachel also. And then he left. Right? So the dowry, it kind of depends on what the father wants. If the father wants money, then you give him money. Gifts, you give gifts, like animals or whatever. You know, whatever. But dowry is usually money. Usually. And gifts are, well, whatever you give. A good guy. In the Middle East, and a rich sheikh, he could give you a couple of cars, a couple of a million. There's females that are auctioning their virginity. That's a whole, but virginity. I'm just giving an example, man. Teenager who sold the virginity of reveals how no. Yeah. Anyway, Romanian girl has sold her virginity for 2 million. You got to be really desperate to give a chick 2 million. While you can find a girl that's a virgin and plow her for free. All you got to do is talk. dudes talk. Looks Photoshop though. This middle, I don't know. And that's your mama. I mean your daddy and your mama. It's just a really expensive hooker. That's what I would say. I definitely say that. I already said it. So that's a really expensive hooker. What y'all going on here now? It says in verse 18, Exodus 22:18. It says, "Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live," meaning you should put it to death. If you see a witch, kill her. But don't do it now in these days because you're gonna get arrested for murder. This is talking about those days. But if you do it now, I would not advise you to do that right now. 19. Whosoever lieth with a beast shall surely be put to death. So everybody that loves bestiality, they should be put to death. But guess what? We can't do that right now because if you do that, if you do it, and if you do that, you're going to jail. But it is the law of the Heavenly Father, which is here in the Bible, which I'm reading right now, that those people are not supposed to be alive. You don't suffer them to live, actually, going on. He that sacrificeth unto any god, save unto the Most High Yahweh only, he shall be utterly destroyed. You exterminate people like that. But like I said, nowadays you can't do that because first and foremost, you're gonna go to jail. Right? Right. So, but these three things are not murder. I'll just say that. But don't do it. Just know that it's in the Bible, and that's what I'm doing here. Just reading. Thou shalt never vex a stranger. Now the word stranger over here is gar. And gar, if you want to understand the reason, the meaning between gar and nakar, I'll put a link in the description box so you can check that out for yourself. And so yeah, I'm going on. No, so I'm reading again. Thou shalt neither vex a stranger. And Exodus 22 and 21, I'll get that. And it goes in here. Thou shalt neither vex a stranger nor oppress him, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. Right? If you click on the word stranger, it says Hebrews 16:16. See this? Nope. Yeah, here. Hebrews 16:16. It says the word gar, which goes back to Gariam, which is the son. Gariam is the son of Moses by an Ethiopian woman. So that's where it comes from, gar. Sojourner, meaning an Israelite foreigner as a traveler, right? No, wait, let me say it good. The word means sojourner, right? But it is talking of a gar is talking about a stranger that is an Israelite foreigner that has he's lacking inheritance. I'm gonna read it. A temporary inhabitant. A sojourner means somebody that's traveling. He's just traveling. Definition. A sojourner is a person who resides temporarily in a place. He's just a traveler, basically. It's just a fancy word for traveler, right? A temporary inhabitant, a newcomer lacking inherited rights, and the only one that that have the inherit that. Wait, let me say it good. The only ones that can inherit and have the right to inherit in Israel are Israelites, Hebrew Israelites, which are the so-called Negros, Latinos, and Indianos. Number two, of foreigners in Israel, yeah, Israelite foreigners, though conceded rights. And then I looked up the word conceded, which means to acknowledge, often reluctantly, as being true, just, or proper, admit, right? To acknowledge or admit. To yield, surrender, to make concession of or acknowledge defeat. Da, 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 da. Conceded.
Conceded.
Yep, to acknowledge often really reluctantly as being true, just, or proper. Admit. So it basically goes into where were they? Yep. It basically goes into an Israelite foreigner. Okay, that's what it's talking about. Like I said, I have a video. I'm gonna put the link in the description box. You can check it out for yourself. Thou shalt neither vex an Israelite stranger, an Israelite foreigner, nor oppress him, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. Ye shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child. Yeah, don't oppress them, because these widows, if they had, like, for example, if she had a man and her man died, it's very easy for another man to come and abuse this woman. You know, whether it be mentally, whether it be economically, meaning with money, or basically physically, because she has nobody to protect her. And the fatherless, the child also, the fatherless child, has nobody to protect him or her. You know, then you have some of these guys. They're predators, man. They're taking abuse. They're abusing the widow. You can't do that. If thou afflict them in any wise, and they cry at all unto me, unto the Most High Yahweh, I will surely hear their cry, and my wrath shall wax hot. I will kill you with the sword, and I will kill you with the sword, and your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless. So I would advise you not to do that. Don't take advantage of a woman that has has a dead husband. It's not very wise to do that. You shouldn't do that in either way. You know. But anyway, you shouldn't do that. But nowadays, these females have got them bitches. But yeah, I still would not afflict them or make any use of them. I would rather just leave. Get the hell out of there. I wouldn't want to have a woman that has a child anyway. But the scripture does say, "Be more of a father." Wait, it's in the book of Sirach. Wait, be more a father. Widow. Apocrypha. Wait, let me go find it. Yeah, I found it. It says in Sirach chapter 4, verse 10, "Be as a father unto the fatherless, instead of an husband unto their mother. So shalt thou be." Wait a minute. "So shalt thou be as the son of the Most High, and he shall love thee more than thy mother doeth." So yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Wait a minute. Yeah, yeah, that's it. So be more of a father to the fatherless instead of a husband to their mother. So shalt thou be as the son of the Most High. He will love thee more. And he shall love thee more than thy own mother doeth. So that's a lot of love, because why? You're being a father to the fatherless, and they need it. You know, if you happen to get a wife, a woman that has a female that has a child, and her husband happened to die or whatever, left her and whatever. I don't know, man. Actually, when he leaves her, well, it's considered adultery. But then, like, this is generation of full adulterers and adulteresses, but that's not a real excuse. It's just you know, some people really, really, really desire a girlfriend and can't get none, or just happen to find one that already has a child, and the husband is already gone for years and stuff like that. Wait a minute. Yeah, man, it's lucky about that. No, it says in Exodus 22 and 22, ye shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child. If thou, I already read that. Yeah, verse 25, right? If thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee, thou shalt not be to him as an usurer, neither shalt thou lay upon him usury, which means interest. You cannot use interest upon a fellow Israelite. Doesn't matter if you like him or not. The action or practice of lending money at unreasonable high rates or interest, interest or unreasonably high on our rates. So it is interest at unreasonably high rates. This type of shit that Esau does. Let's put it down like that, because these devils are doing that. These Edomites, these cave people. Okay, usurer, a person who lends money at unreasonably high rates of interest. Basically, an Edomite. And we're not supposed to do that among the Jacob descendants, right? So going on, it's 26. If thou at all take thy neighbor's raiment to pledge, raiment is clothing, and pledge means this, pledge, law, give as security of a loan. So if you, for example, for example, owe me money and you didn't pay it, then I come to your house and I take your clothing, one of your best clothing, one of your most. Let's say you have a suit worth $1,000, or just something, man. I'm just giving an example. You have like a television and you're supposed to pay me, then I'll come take your stuff. I'll come take your stuff, you know. And yeah, pledged. The creditor to whom the land is pledged. Pledge. Let me get that word right. Pledge. Pledge. A solemn binding promise to do, give, or refrain from doing something, right? A token assigned a person that something given or held as security to guarantee payment. This is what I'm looking for. Something given or held as security to guarantee payment of a debt or fulfill of an obligation. Meaning, for example, you owe me something and I just come and take your computer. But let's say I'll come and can take your. Oh, you have a carpenter, and he's supposed to pay me or whatever. He's supposed to do some work for me, and he doesn't do it. And then I come and take your carpenter stuff. You know, your hammers, everything that you have, carpenter tools, carpenter tools. This, for example, I take all your stuff, and this is the stuff, for example, that you make money with, because you're a carpenter. And if I come and take all your stuff, that means I take your bread. That means I take everything that you, well, that you have, but you're supposed to, like, well, whatever, pay me something, but you can't. And then I come and then I take this for a pledge, right? That's what it's talking about, right? If thou at all take thy neighbor's raiment to pledge, thou shalt deliver it unto him by that the sun goeth down. Why? For that is his covering only. It is his raiment for his skin. It's gonna get cold at night. Wherein shall he sleep? Yeah, he needs to sleep in something. And it shall come to pass, when he crieth unto me, that I will hear, for I am gracious. And then I'm going to give a precept. Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 6. No man shall take the nether or the upper millstone to pledge. Why? Now this is a millstone. And with millstone, what you do is you fix up the food. If you would take the millstone, that means this guy cannot grind up the food no more, and that means he cannot work, he cannot eat, right? So it says, No man shall take the nether or the upper millstone to pledge, for he taketh a man's life to pledge. Why? The guy is not going to be able to work for to have food no more. He needs this for food. If you take it away, what will he have for food? Because back in the days, they used to actually like put this on the thing over there, right? And then you use the thing, and then it turns into this, and then you can make food with it. That's what's up. And here they would use this one because in the Arab world they still use these ancient mechanisms, and then they put the thing here, the food here, and then he just squashes it, and then you pick it up, and then you have food. You put the food in there, put the food here, and then you let the horse just walk in circles and do the work. But if you take the upper mill or the lower millstone, he's gonna starve, and that means you're actually giving him a death sentence. So you're not supposed to be doing that. And the same explanation I gave with the carpenter tools. If he has to pay you, but he can't pay you, you cannot pledge his tools because you're giving him a death sentence because he has to work, and you can't do that. So when somebody owes you something, you can't take something of his that is actually very valuable and essential to his well-being, his life. You gotta think about the law, because the Most High will hear him if he cries unto him. So don't do that, right? Now it says, verse 28, "Thou shalt not revile the gods, nor curse the ruler of thy people." And when you read this in the English, you would be thinking like, what? So wait a minute. First it said, "Thou shalt have no other gods," because it says it right here. And if you worship another god, you shall utterly be destroyed. Where does it say that? Where? Yeah, here. 20. "He that sacrificeth unto any god, save the Lord Yahweh only." So only the Lord is to be worshipped and sacrificed towards. He shall be utterly destroyed. But here it talks about thou shalt not revile the gods. But then you would be like, well, why not? You're supposed to cuss these gods out. They're fake. They're idols. But this is not talking about like idols. This is actually talking about. I'll get it for you. Now the word revile. Let me get this away. The word revile. Where did I put it here? The word revile. To assail with scornful and abusive language. Fuck ass motherfucker. Not that, but just violently cuss word, abusive words, right? To use abusive or scornful language against someone or something. Screaming at the television because you're rooting for your team, and then your team loses. Shit like that, stuff like that. So it says that is what the word revile means. Thou shalt not revile the gods, right? And then you go to Exodus chapter 22, verse 28. And it says, "Thou shalt not revile the gods." And then it says Hebrew 430. And then you go click Hebrew 430, which is here. Hebrew 430, which says Alahayim. In the English, they say Elohim, or whatever. But it's Alahayim, okay? That's the Hebrew. That's the real word. This is like Yiddish. And then you say, and then you read what it says, and it's talking about angels. Alahayim means angels. That's what it means. It's not this. It means this. Right. And then it says when it says Yahweh Alahayim, that's the Most High. But then actually it is only Yahweh. That's it. But it's gonna say Lord God. That's what I mean. In the English, it says Yahweh Alahayim. But It actually says in Lord God, but that's talking about the Most High, the supreme ultimate. They call him the supreme angel, but he's not. He's the Most High. He makes angels. He's in one of them. Right. So it says, "Thou shalt not revile the gods." Don't speak, boy. Shut your mouth when you're talking about the angels or towards an angel unknowingly or whatever. Don't be doing no cussing stuff, man. Keep thy peace, for thou diest. Right. And it says, "Nor curse the rulers of thy people." Yeah, the ones that are above you, that are put over you to rule over you. You can't curse them, and it doesn't mean fuck, shit, hoe, bitch, stank, because all those words are in the Bible. Fuck is in the Bible, but it's not called fuck. It's called and he knew. Uh, and Adam knew Eve, and she conceived. Adam knew Eve, and she conceived. Um, so that shows you the only way you get to know a woman is actually having sex with her. That's how you really get to know them. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, "I have gotten a man from the Lord, the Most High Yahweh." So that shows you that this is sex. Basically, it says here, and Adam had sex with his. Yeah, it says it here, and Adam had sexual relations with his wife. So when you and this is actually there was fucking. You can say it like that. Oh, did I offend you? But anyway, the word fuck is sex, right? And the word homosexual, but I wanted to say the F one. But then that is also in the Bible because that is talking about sodomy. Okay, Bible verses about sodomy. There's a lot. Well, there's a few. There's a few. Leviticus 13 and 20 and 13 is speaking about sodomy, and sodomites are supposed to be killed according to the Bible. But like I said, you shouldn't do it. You're gonna get in trouble. Here's another word reference to sodomy. Leviticus 18 and 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind, as with womankind is abomination. And it says 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind. Now, if you read this, abuses of themselves with mankind is actually talking about sodomy. Zudomite, eh? Balkan sodomites. That's what it's talking about. I put it here. Here. Figgy. A bundle of sticks. That's what it means. If you don't know what a bundle of sticks means, then look it up. But look it up in the English, like in London, England. Yeah, so it says, abuses of themselves with mankind. And it shows you that here in the other translation is basically talking about, or anyone practicing homosexuality, homosexuals. That's what it's talking about. So yeah, going on. Wait. Did I? Here. Okay, cool. So yeah, there's yeah, look here. First Kings 15 and 12. And he took away the Sodomites out of the land and removed all the idols that his fathers made. So all the Sodomites got put to death if you read the whole chapter, by the way. Read from here 14 and 15. And he was a righteous king. He slaughtered the stuffings out of those Sodomites. I laughed when I read that, but going on. Nor curse the ruler of thy people. Like I said, cousin is not cursing. Curse is when you actually put a hex on somebody. Like, for example, may God bless you. That's a blessing. May God damn you. That's a curse. May he damn you and your woman and your children. I just cursed you. if I say that, you wouldn't understand it as a curse. You would be like, "What do you mean, goddamn me?" I actually asked the Heavenly Father to damn you, condemn you, like put you in damnation, destroy you. That's a curse, and you shouldn't speak that way of the rulers of thy people, right? The ones that are situated above you, put above you by the Most High, situated. Want to use the fancy words? Now going, this is going on. Verse 29. Thou shalt not delay to offer the first of thy ripe fruits and of thy liquors. That's why brothers always pour out a little bit of liquor. Pour out a little liquor. That's why I always say about Tupac. But this, you can actually do this. You pour out a little liquor to the ground, and in your mind, you be like, Yah Basham Yah Shai Brakatah, meaning bless you, Baraka. What's me again? Barakia, which is an Indian Baraka. What was me again in the Hebrew? Wait, let me check it. Laya. Was it that? Awathia. 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 I can check it here, double check it here, because that's like Google Yiddish and stuff like that. Let me just check it here on me. What was it again? Kind of. It's not gonna say just me. It's gonna say actually the whole entire word. So that's why I'm not clicking on it. Okay, a thought is you. What is me again? Okay, I'm gonna check for the last one. I don't know what it. If I can't find it, then I can't find it. Come to me. Give to me. Me. Awathia. Yeah, that was it. That was it actually. The one that I just read. In the Dutch? No. Where was it? I clicked. Did I click it away, man? It was this one. Awathia. Awathia. Yeah. Then you say Yahweh Sham Yah Shai on Barak. Awathia. Because don't have to. That's what it is. Awathia. Yeah, I read it. Well, I sounded good, but I kind of forgot. But yeah, it's Awathia. Awathia. Here, but they're not gonna say it like that. But by the way, you can't even. They don't even pronounce it. But the thing is, in Awathia, yeah, Awathia. That's what it says right there. And you just saw that I read it in the English too. So yeah, going over here. Now it says, "Thou shalt not delay to offer the first of thy ripe fruits and of thy liquor." So when you see stuff like that, for example, this, pour out a little bit of liquor. You can do that. But don't do it to no dead people, okay? That's stupid. The dead people are supposed to be dead, or else they wouldn't die. To the life and death belonging to is the issue of the Heavenly Father. If He allows you to die, you will die. You could just sneeze and break your neck and die. People died like that, man. Sneezing. Man dies too. Teenager sneezes to death. Funny as hell. Man, the Most High can kill you, boy. Man dies after massive sneezing triggers brain hemorrhage. You can die from sneezing, man. Heavenly Father got funny ways to kill you. Man dies from laughing. Man dies from laughter. 10 people who literally died from laughter. Doctor solved mystery of a man who died from laughter. 1,000 ways to die. I remember this. This show was the funniest thing. This show was real funny, boy. I downloaded every part, every episode of it. That hey, this is so funny, so funny. Some of them is horrible, but yo, it's funny as hell if you think about it. Like a female, she died fishing. She was fishing and then she died because the fish got. She pulled the fish out of the water, but the fish flew up high, and then she looked up. But you know, sometimes when you look up, some people open their mouth because of the sun in their face, and then she opened her mouth like that, and then the fish launched in her throat. And you know how fishes are. You can't pull backwards. You gotta pull them forward, because if you pull backwards, then the fins stick you. And the thing on the back, vinnen. Wacht even, fish. Wacht even, I don't know what it calls in the English. Wait a minute. Like this thing over here, like this thing. The spiny fin, whatever, spiny fin rays or something. Yeah. So if you was to, yeah, let me show you this. If you was to just swallow a fish, if it's how a snake swallows a fish whole, he swallows it with the head, and then everything would just go slowly, normal. It wouldn't have no thing, no one it would go smooth. But as soon as you try to, here's the fish's head, the mouth, right? The fish, the snake. As soon as you try and pull the fish out of his mouth, it's gonna be some trouble. So that's how she died. The fish launched in her mouth, got stuck in her throat, and it was too big to swallow, and it was too. She couldn't get it out no more, so she died. She suffocated. That was funny as hell. I tell you, it was. I laughed. It was funny to me. But yeah, that's a funny show. But anyway, so you can pour out a little bit of liquor for the Most High, just on the ground, whatever you want to do. The first of thy right. The first bone of thy sons shall thou give unto me. How? They're sanctified unto the Heavenly Father. You sanctify your sons to the Most High. And it's in chapter 23. Here it is. Exodus chapter 23 and 16 and 17. And the feast of harvest, the first fruits of thy labors, which thou hast sown in the field, and the feast of ingathering, which is in the end of the year, when thou hast gathered in thy labors out of the field, just your crops. 3 times in the year, all thy males shall appear before the Lord, Yahweh, before Yahweh thy power. Yeah, Exodus 3 and 2. Sanctify unto me all the firstborn, whatsoever openeth the womb among the children of Israel, both of man and of beasts. It is mine. That's why the firstborn always gets the inheritance of the father. And also, that's why a lot of times you have to sacrifice the firstborn animal to the Most High, because those are the precious ones. Those are the special ones. Thou shalt, wait a minute, Exodus 13 and 12. That thou shalt set apart unto the Lord all that openeth the matrix. By the way, the matrix means womb. Okay? Openeth the matrix. I think I read it here too. Yeah, the womb. It's the womb, by the way. And every firstling, let me get that. Exodus 13 and 12. It's not here. Exodus 13 and 12. Let me get that real quick. Exodus 13 and 12. Exodus 13 and 12. That thou should set apart unto the Lord all that openeth the matrix. Hebrews 73:58. Hebrews 73:58. It says, Racham, womb, woman. Oh, this is not it. It's womb. That's what it is. So the matrix is talking about the womb, right? I was here, I think. Exodus 13 and 12. That thou shalt set apart unto the heavenly Father, the Most High Yahweh, all that openeth the matrix, the womb, and every firstling that cometh of a beast which thou hast, the males shall be of the Lord. So if your first child is a daughter, that's not of the Lord. And she opened the womb, like she's the first to actually be occupying the womb. That's not something special. The boys are special. It says males. Okay. So you chickies are gonna have to take a pass on that one. There's, by the way, 1 million is more than that because they're not counting everybody. But then, and this is only a certain area. No, that's not it. Why are there so many single black females? ABC News. For starters, and this was a study done in 2009. For starters, there are, this is an estimation, it's more than this. There are 1.8 million more black women than black men. So even if every black man in America married a black woman today, let me read on what it says. You're not that special, my nigga. You should get a job. That's what these black bitches love to tell brothers. Whatever. For starters, it's not. Wait a minute. Let me see. Now it says, "You've heard of a man's man." Well, I'm not gonna read all that. I don't feel like it. I look forward to it. Nah, I don't want to read that too. It's just not that easy. For starters, there are 1.8 million more black women than black men. So-called black women, black men. So even if every so-called black man in America married a so-called black female today, 1 out of 12 black females still wouldn't make it down the aisles for being married if they hoped to marry a so-called black man. Let's take 100 so-called black men. By the time you eliminate those without high school diploma, 21%, the unemployment, 17%, and those ages 25 to 35 who are incarcerated, 8%, you have only half of the so-called black men, 54%, who many black females find acceptable. You bitch. I'm just stay off this topic, but anyway, you're not that important. You definitely not that important. That which is less is more precious, because once it's gone, right? But that which is in abundance, there's too many of them. It's not you're not important. So when I see you everywhere, all y'all look alike, right? So it says Exodus chapter 22 verse 30. Likewise, shalt thou do to thine oxen, and with thy sheep. 7 days it shall be with his dam, which with the mother. On the 8th day thou shalt give it to me. Yeah, it was his son. You circumcise your son on the 8th day. Philippians chapter 3 verse 5. Circumcise on the 8th day, which is a law that the Hebrew men need to do, of the stock of Israel, Jacob descendants, of the tribe of Benjamin, a Hebrew of the Hebrews, as touching the law, a Pharisee, which was Paul, the Apostle Paul, right? I thought it was. I really didn't read good. I didn't really read good. Now it says in yeah, basically, yeah, these were just a couple of precepts and stuff like that. But then I'm just going on. I'll get to that. Now it says, and likewise shalt thou do to thine oxen, and with thy sheep. 7 days it shall be with his dam, with the mother, or the mother animal, or the mother like from people, Israelite mother, and her Israelite son. On the 8th day thou shalt give it to me. Yeah, on the 8th day you circumcise your son, and on the 8th day that you are able to sacrifice the animal, the son. It has to be a male animal. But sometimes it actually is a female, but that's another law. But then I'll probably get to that if I just read the whole book, do videos about it. That's what I mean. Verse 31. And ye shall be holy men unto me. Yeah, if we keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Neither shall ye eat any flesh that is torn of beasts in the field. Ye shall cast it to the dogs. Yep, you're not supposed to eat an animal that has been devoured by beasts. Now it says in yeah, I already read this. Deuteronomy. Let me just read this too. Deuteronomy 15 and 19. All the firstling males that come of thy herd and of thy flock thou shalt sanctify, meaning put asunder, put the separate, as in holy, set apart, or declare holy. Yeah, consecrate. Thou shalt sacrifice unto the Lord, set apart for the Lord thy God. Thou shalt do no work with the firstlings of thy bullock, nor share the firstling of thy sheep. So the firstling, that has to be a male. The males, it has to be a male of the sheep. The firstborn sheep doesn't get the. You don't shave that one for clothing and make clothing and stuff like that. And the first bullock, you don't make that work. You don't make him work. He's the one that's free, but he's the one that could be actually he's at risk to be sacrificed. And so is the sheep. But yeah, it's totally. Nowadays, we don't do animal sacrifices no more. I wanted to say blood sacrifices, but yeah, Yahweh Shai, which everybody calls this Jeezy Greasy guy. That's not his name. It's Jeezy Greasy nonsense. I don't want to say that name because it's a satanic name. I don't want to say it. You already know what I'm talking about. Well, just for edification's sake, no, I'm not gonna say it. His name is Yahweh Shai, and he went on the cross for his people. Okay, now you know what I'm talking. Who I'm talking about. Leviticus 22 and 20. I don't want to say it because in I think it was Exodus 23 and 13. Right, it says in and in all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect. Meaning circumspect mean being you should look around, or just being wary and unwilling to take risks. Also, and cautious of your surroundings. The word circum is circle, and spect means spectacle. Just look around, circumspect, which it says it right here. To look around. Where from the Latin circumspectus, circumspira, whatever. Look around. Okay, from the circum, around or about, and spectra is looking. Look, right? Circumspect is look around. It's just like circum, which is circle, and spectacles, which are goggles, which is what you use to look with, and that's what it is. Right. So it says, And in all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect, meaning check everything that I said, that I basically write in the Bible, and that has been said by the prophets. And make no mention of the name of other gods, neither let it be heard out of thy mouth. That's why I don't want to say that filthy thing. It's Jesus Christ. I call him Jesus Christ. It's better to say that because I make fun of you. I mock you. I mock Caesar Borgias. Right? I find it very not as amusing. Yeah. I wanted to. Yeah, I find it very amusing to break a joke on him from time to time. Then it shall be 7 days. Wait, let me see. Read it again. Leviticus 22, verse 27. When a bullock or a sheep or a goat is brought forth, then it shall be 7 days under the dam, meaning the mother. And from the 8th day and thenceforth it shall be accepted for an offering made by fire unto the Most High Yahweh. So yeah, that's what's up. Okay, click this away. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 2. Speak unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, and say unto them, Ye shall be holy, meaning separate, meaning I just read the word a couple of seconds before. Sanctified, yeah. For I, Yahweh, your power, am holy. Ezekiel 4 and 9 and 14. I'll get to that. The reason why we should not eat any beast torn in the field, any cattle torn in the field by beasts, and we shall cast it to the dogs, is because first and foremost we are a holy people, right? Ezekiel 4 and 14. Then said I, O Yahweh, my power, O Yahweh, power, behold, my soul hath not been polluted. If you do this, you will be polluted. For from my youth up even till now have I not eaten of that which died of itself, or is torn in pieces by beasts. So if you do that, you're going to be polluted. Here it is, you have a wolf, and they already took a couple of bites out of that sheep, and then you go eat it too. You're basically sharing your food with the dogs, man. You're nasty. Not supposed to be touching that. It's disgusting. You're defiled. You're polluted. Or animal that died of itself, of oldom or whatever, sickness or whatever. It just dropped dead. And you find it and you eat it. Man, you're disgusting. Going on. Neither came there abominable flesh into my mouth, like pig, duck, goose, shrimp, eagle, rabbit, elephant, abominable flesh. Why? You polluted. So yeah, Exodus 22 and 31. And ye shall be holy men unto me. Neither shall ye eat any flesh that is torn of beasts in the field. Ye shall cast it to the dogs. Yeah, beasts are not cattle. So, yeah, I guess that was it. I forgot what I was using this for. Well, probably something, but kind of lost it right now. Yeah, call out to be slight, swift. Well, God. Yeah, basically that's it, man. Yeah, that's it. Think I wanted to use this for something, but well, lost it. Maybe I clicked it away, maybe I didn't even go over it. Let me see, double check. Yeah, let me see, wait. thou shalt not revile the gods. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The word revile is an wait, let me double check it. Okay, 22:28. Revile, which is in the Hebrew 70:43. Yeah, that was it. Qualal. Qualal means to be slight, be swift, be trifling, be of little account, be light. So I checked up the word trifling, and this is what it means: trifling, unimportant, trifling, trifle, treat without seriousness or respect. Yeah, you cannot speak disrespectful about or towards an angel. Yeah, I was looking for it. I was like, where is it? And then I thought, oh yeah, 28 here. Thou shalt not revile the gods. Thou shalt not revile the angels. Actually, it says right there in Hebrew. English is weak. But anyway, with that, I'm gonna say, see, I still found it. And revile. To use scornful or abusive language. Don't speak bad. Don't use cuss words around angels, man, and not towards the angels in your mind too. It's not that very wise. But you will have Satan come up in your mind and trying to make you do it. I'll bet you after hearing this, just knowing it, it will make you try. I'll bet you. That shows you that there are demons fighting you constantly. They don't sleep, and neither should you stop praying. Yahweh, Bahasham Yahashai. So with that, I'm gonna say Shalom. Oh yeah, and check the description box for the video concerning the stranger, the Nakar and the Gar.